We have breaking news for you now in our world lead. The Israeli military, the IDF, just announced a strike in Beirut, Lebanon, a few hours ago, quote, eliminated, end quote, the Hezbollah commander that Israel blames for Saturday's rocket attack that killed 12 children in the Golan Heights. The man was also wanted by the United States, we should note, in connection with the 1983 Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, which killed hundreds. Moments ago in Atlanta, Vice President Kamala Harris defended Israel's actions, but also called for a negotiated peace deal to end the fighting.
I want to address what's happened over the last few hours in terms of the Middle East and be very clear. Israel has a right to defend itself, and I unequivocally support Israel's right to remain secure and to defend the security of Israel. What we know in particular is it has a right to defend itself against a terrorist organization, which is exactly what Hezbollah is. But all of that being said, we still must work on a diplomatic solution to end these attacks, and we will continue to do that work.
With us now, retired U.S. Air Force Colonel and CNN military analyst Cedric Layton. A U.S. official, Colonel Layton, tells CNN that Israeli forces targeted Fouad Shakur, a senior advisor to Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah. Shakur is also wanted by the U.S. for his role in the 1983 Marine barracks bombing in Beirut. The IDF just announced he was eliminated in the strike. What more do you know about him?
So basically, Jake, he was the number 3 guy in Hezbollah, according to what the Israeli intelligence services have said and also what U.S. intelligence is reporting. So the basic hierarchy here for him was that he was basically the strategic advisor to Nusrallah, and that put him in a very key position within Hezbollah. So he was a key target and a key person to eliminate.
Obviously, people are worried about a wider conflict breaking out where Israel's fighting multiple fronts, although it certainly already is in some ways. Do you think that the strike amounts to a limited action to send a message to Hezbollah, but not big enough so that all-out regional war would break out?
I think the Israelis have gambled that that's the case. In other words, they think this is a limited strike going after one particular individual, but this is a very high-level individual, and it could very well result in an escalation. The Israelis believe that this will be have a limited impact on what Hezbollah does next. But I think we have to really be careful with how this escalatory ladder might unravel at this particular point. So that, I think, remains to be seen whether or not the Israeli gamble will pay off.
Hezbollah has been firing rockets into Israel ever since right after the Hamas attacks on October 7th. Israel responding in kind. Is it possible that Saturday's rocket strike in the Golan Heights that killed these 12 kids was an errant rocket and not intended for that part of the Golan Heights?
It's very possible that is the case, Jake. One of the reports that we've seen from the Israelis is that they believe that it was actually an errant missile. The range of the missile is fairly short range. It's about a 10-kilometer, 6-mile range. It is easy to misfire missiles like this, and if they don't have the right fuel mix, it's possible that they could have gone off by accident or targeted the wrong area. The fact that they targeted a Druze community also indicates that this may have been a mistake because Hezbollah normally does not want to alienate the Druze population.
Right. Druze are a Muslim population in Israel. Colonel Cedric Layton, thank you so much for your expertise.